everyone, welcome to my channel where we talk about things we love like gaming, shows, and Gantz. The last Gantz video I made was about the top 5 most dangerous aliens in the franchise. You got to see what kinds of scary and bizarre things that the players have to face off against, but sometimes it's not the alien that you should be afraid of. In today's video, I'll be showing you 5 of the most inhumane characters in Gantz. These characters are the last ones you should ever rely on when going through a Gantz mission. They could be just as bad as the aliens that they face off against. But before we begin, can you guess who this character is? The first one to guess it correctly will receive a shout out. But remember to spell it correctly or it will not count. Now, with that said, let's begin. Number 5, Muroto Hajime. Muroto Hajime is the blue-haired kid who was one of the hobo hunters. He was seen in the second season, always with his older friend Kajimura Ryuji. Both characters are filler characters. They weren't a part of the manga, and to be honest, they aren't my favorite characters in the series. But excluding that, these hobo hunters are cruel. Ryuji is just as insane as Hajime, but I think Hajime takes the cake. He's much younger and uses that to his advantage to manipulate others into believing that he's innocent and just doing whatever his friend tells him to do. I hated this character in the series. I never rooted for a Gantz member to die until we got this kid. And as always, evil kids are the worst. And even though the mission they had to deal with was only to kill Kurono, that meant that no one else had to die because Kurono wouldn't kill any of them. Well, thanks to this kid and his friend Ryuji, everyone died by the end, except Kurono. He died by the mysterious filler ending. Number 4, this piece of shit. I'm not sure what his name is. I don't think his name is ever said in the manga, but if you're wondering how did this little boy end up being a part of the Gantz team, well, it's thanks to this abusive son of a slut. This boy's story kind of reminds me of the little boy from Breaking Bad, the one with the crackhead parents, because the boy's mother just doesn't care about what happens to him. And this lady doesn't care when he gets beaten by her boyfriend. She'd rather have him beat the little boy than to report his ass for abusing them both. I should probably add little Takeshi's mom on the list, but there's only room for one piece of shit on this list. The rest of them are evil, just pure evil. Number 3, Juichiro Nishi. Nishi is one of the most fucked up characters in the series. His father was a homeless man, his mother killed herself. Before that, Nishi was known to kill cats and stuff their heads in bins in his room. After his mother killed herself, one day he just ran away and committed suicide as well. That's how he ended up in the Gantz game. He very much enjoys killing things, so when it comes to Gantz missions, he's on board for the next one to begin. He only fights for himself, never caring about his teammates, even if they're about to die, which became his ironic death, by the way. And even though he was brought back to life, that didn't change him. He's cold-hearted, but from what he describes how he sees the world, it's quite understandable. Nonetheless, he's still one of the most inhumane characters in Gantz, although he could be funny when it comes to telling it like it is.
And you, tit girl, isn't there something we can do? That kind of shit really pisses me off.
Number 2, Izumi. Now, if you think that Nishi could be a really messed up kid, you should see what Izumi is capable of. Nishi has been known to go off on a killing spree when it comes to taking down aliens, and at one point even a number of SWAT teams, but Izumi is much worse. The moment he realized that Kurono was a part of the Gantz games, he challenged Kurono to a duel, and after Kurono refused, Izumi went off on a massive shooting spree, taking down pedestrians left and right. He ended up killing hundreds of innocent people just because Kurono refused to take him on. It's surprising that in the end, Izumi loses his life saving his girlfriend, especially since he didn't really seem to care about her and only hooked up with her to appear normal around every other student. But surely that was the only person he had ever saved, and that one and only good deed cost him his own life. Number 1, Kei Kurono. Yes, you heard it right, folks. Kei Kurono, the protagonist of the series, is by far the most inhumane character in Gantz. See, in Gantz, we are shown what people's true intentions are, right from the beginning of the series. In the first chapter or episode, you can hear what everyone is thinking after seeing a bum fall on the tracks of the subway train. Even our main hero thinks the same way. He's not willing to go down there and save the bum that fell in the tracks. If Kato had not asked for help, then just like the people watching, Kei would have stood there and watched as his childhood friend lost his life trying to save someone. That's fucked up. But it gets worse. When Kishimoto asks Kurono if she could stay and live with him, Kei's one and only intentions were to tap that ass. He let her stay not because he felt bad for her, but because he wanted to get laid. Oh, but it gets much worse with this guy. Kishimoto may have turned him down, but despite her, he fucked Sei Sakuroka just to get over her. Sei fought for Kurono in her last moments, and he still thought more about Kishimoto. Now we get to the worst thing Kurono has done to make it on this list. As I said earlier, when Izumi found out about Kurono being a part of the Gantz missions, he challenged him to a duel, and if Kurono refused, then he would go off on a massive shooting spree, killing hundreds of innocent people. What is his answer? No. He could wear the Gantz suit and not worry about Izumi using a gun, but no. He prefers to pretend that nothing is going to happen. So what happens? Izumi goes and kills hundreds of innocent people. He could have prevented it, which wouldn't even cost him his life since all he had to do was wear the Gantz suit and use those weapons against him. But no. What the hell kind of protagonist do we have? This guy is too real. He thinks with his cock and only fights for his own survival. He may say that he wants everyone to go home alive, but after seeing this, I think he's secretly just as fucked up as Nishi is. Maybe that's why we get a quick glimpse of Nishi and Kurono being the same person at one point. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention that Kurono eventually does end up going to the spot where Izumi is, but that's because he finds out that his girlfriend Tei is on that area. Our hero, ladies and gentlemen, let's hope this guy wants to have sex with you, otherwise he ain't saving you for shit. And with that said, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if so, please leave a like, share with others, and subscribe if you haven't. And don't forget to click on the little bell icon next to the subscribe button to notify you of every new video that gets uploaded to the channel. And follow me on Twitter and Facebook to find out which videos are up next and whatever random posts I make. On Twitter, you can also vote on which video you'd like to see next, so you might want to check that out. But anyways, I'll see you all in the next video, and remember to have an awesome day.